Hey everybody, Matt Brown, Chicago guitarist and Chicago guitar teacher. We're going to look at more of Nirvana's Bleach. This one is Swap Meet. So as always, if you want my transcription, hit me up at my email address, which is at the top of my YouTube page. Alright, so this one rhythmically at the beginning it's fairly complex. So what happens is at the beginning of the song we're starting with an E5 power chord. And when the drums come in, what happens is we get like basically a bar of 9/8, and then after that bar, the downbeat of the riff happens on a different note. Actually, it's the second note of the riff. So let's look at how it starts. So we're starting in the key of E minor, and we're down a full step. So every string is down a full step. So I'll play the opening riff here, and then we'll talk about it. So that's the riff there. And what we're going to do, we're going to start on a palm muted E5 power chord. And then what we're going to do is we're going to slide to the 4th fret from the 3rd fret. So, and then what we're going to do is we're going to play those two notes, which are the 5th fret of the 5th string and the 5th fret of the 4th string. So you get a real ugly chord there. It's like a G5/A flat. So like that. And then the next thing we do is those notes. So that's palm muted E to G, and then a D flat C sharp there at the end. And then to close out the measure, we're going to do a pull off from the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret. So slowly, like that. So I'll loop that measure slowly. Alright, so that riff at the beginning here, it's going to happen 4 times, and basically what he does is the palm muting is kind of gradually taken away from it. So alright, so now we're to where we get the bar of 9/8. The drums came in at the end of the last measure, and the drums are in now, so here's the 9/8 bar. Again. Alright, so now we're into a bar of 4/4, and at this point the G sharp note hits on the downbeat and starts the riff. So that bar slowly. And I tend to do this with all downstrokes. I think that sounds best. So we essentially get the bar of 4/4 3 times. And then we're to the verse. So the verse is this riff, the 16 times. So that's it for the verse. So the riff is 1 bar long, play it 16 times, and then we're into the chorus part. So let's check that out. So here's how the chorus goes. Like that. Alright, so let's talk chords. We have an A5 power chord, 3 strings here at the 5th fret. So up to a C5. And then we're going to do a slide there. Now we have a little kind of intermediary riff here that goes like this. slowly, that's this. So pretty chromatic. Again, I'll just loop these 2 bars slowly. Alright, so now we do the A5 to C5 thing in the slide again. And then this riff. Okay, now the A5 to C thing again. Instead of doing the slide at the end of this bar, we do just a low open E note there on the and of 4. And then the following bar is. So that's 1 and on a G5, rest on B2, then an F sharp 5, and then we have like that, like so. So these big slides, you know, shoot for 12th, 15th fret, that kind of range. So they're a little bit different each time he does it, of course, naturally. So then after the chorus, we're back into and then we get the next verse. All right, so something with the picking during the chorus, I switched to alternate picking with this stuff, so just to give you a recap of what that'll look like. It just sounds appropriate for that section. And then for the I just go back to all downstrokes. Alright, so now we have really just the solo to talk about. And the solo is just noisy and gross as can be. So essentially what he's doing is, I'll break it down, there's kind of 2 phrases that are in call and response. So we have, so pretty much the idea is double stops at the 3rd fret and the 2nd fret at the 4th string and the 3rd string. That's going back and forth there between the 3rd fret and 2nd fret. Now that's the general idea. So like the first time he does it, he does something like that, where he's playing like that. So that's like the 3rd string at the 3rd fret, going to the 2nd fret of the 4th string, like so. Now the next bar does this. So what that is, we have a pull-off 8-7 open on the 2nd string, then 8-6 open on the 2nd string. And you can purposefully play this sloppy to make it sound grosser and just nastier. So, you know, so like playing it sloppy in this instance it's a good thing. It's just going to only enhance the effect. You know, just make it really grungy and gross. So then after that happens, I believe it's 2 or maybe 4 times, there's another guitar that's doing that type of thing to make this even more nasty. So what that is, it's just a minor 2nd interval. You're playing the A note and the B flat note at the same time on beats 2 and 4. So I'll just give you a sample run through of what this might sound like. So at the end, The last bar slowly is. So he catches like a chunk of a B note and then slides up and then plays the E5 power chord. And then we're back into except for this time it's played with some palm muting after you do that initial slide and chord. And then for the verse, it's back to played without palm muting. All right, so basically what happens is we go through another verse and another chorus, and this time it ends on like this. I'll just play it. Let's see. Like that. To do it slowly, we have like that. So the E5 chord hits on that E into 4. Like that. All right, so this one, it's harder to play than you think it might be. You know, it sounds fairly easy, but it's almost fairly complicated in sections, like the beginning especially. And the solo is a little bit weird and kind of doesn't lay under the hands nicely. So you might have to practice this one a little bit. All right, so I'm Matt Brown. If you need any help, if you want some private lessons or the transcription, just shoot me an email, and I'd be glad to help you out. All right, thanks a lot.